Thank you for joining us for a very special series. I will be highlighting the power of metabolic health in the employee wellness space in this series of multiple episodes. We're going to be demonstrating the power of nutrition and community in improving the lives of employees in the corporate landscape. Our employee wellness program has been published in the medical literature. We've demonstrated a reduction in cardiovascular risk, a reduction in A1C, blood pressure, and weight, all while reducing the burden of medications. Despite these amazing results in the literature, they don't capture the patient experience. Today, we're going to be bringing you those stories. Today, you're going to hear the amazing story from Melissa, who took a chance with our practice and lost about 100 pounds, improving her life for herself and her family. Her story touched us and inspired us, and we hope it inspires you too.
The Louisiana company that invented a machine to process shrimp back in 1947 is leading the way in employee wellness and health care. I talked with Dr. Tro Kalajian of Dr. Tro's Weight Loss about what Latrim provides its employees.
We work with, all the different businesses there because it's not just that company. You have to sort of give people the tools so that they can sustain this at home.
Meeting health needs of workers.
We want to bring your services to the entire company. And so that was exciting to me because I know in the literature it's been published that a metabolic health program focused on nutrition, focused on low carb eating, intermittent fasting, it's been shown to save companies money. It's been shown to reduce the costs for medications, and patients absolutely love it because they lose weight and they come off their diabetes medications. So I was excited.
Welcome to Low Carb MD. My name is Amy Igus. I'm a program director with Dr. Tro's practice and a health coach. And with me today are fellow health coaches and personal trainers, Alice Smith and Brian Wiley. And we are going to be continuing our employee wellness program, interviewing Melissa, who has been a member in the employee wellness program for, how long has it been, Melissa?
It's been a little bit over 7 months.
And she has some good, interesting things to say, but besides that has had phenomenal success, is like a poster child for the program, for us, for herself, just really a wonderful and amazing story. So welcome, Melissa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's start with a little bit of background. Why did you apply for the program? Like, what was your weight and diet history, and what had that felt like for you?
So just a brief background. I've never really struggled with weight much until I got into my mid to later 30s. I had a personal traumatic experience while I was pregnant with my one and only child. The day that my child was born, my mother actually passed away. We were in the same hospital together. She was terminally ill. At that point, after, dealing with all of the stuff, I kind of really just turned to eating and poor health habits and just kind of being lazy. And the weight just kind of started to pack on, kind of yo-yo dieted, tried keto, tried diet pills, tried different types of things, nothing that really worked. And I found myself really getting back into the same situations that I was before. Post-COVID, of course, everyone with COVID, lazy, things were closed, ordering out, no exercise facilities open. I just really, really started adding on a lot of pounds. And at my heaviest, which was 317 pounds during the summer last year, on a canoeing trip, I actually ended up hurting myself pretty badly. I tore the ACL in my right knee, went for a medical consultation. And at that point, the doctor had told me that because of my weight and my BMI, they weren't sure that I would survive a surgery. So it was kind of a real wake-up call to me. And at the most opportune time, within days, the email came out, talking about that Dr. Tro's program had reopened and they were accepting new applications. And it was meant to be. I know a couple of people in the program who have lost a substantial amount of weight, raved about it. So I said, what can it hurt? I was at the precipice of, I need to be healthy. I didn't want to have poor health problems. I knew I was pre-diabetic and all of that. So so I just decided to give it a try.
Well, also, I cannot let you say that you were just after, dealing with such unspeakable tragedy, on the day that on what might have been the happiest day of your life. I cannot allow you to say that you were lazy. You have a newborn. Alice can certainly speak to how stressful that is unto itself, and then to deal with that kind of grief. I am sure it was anything but laziness. I can't let that go by without just addressing that. So tell me a little bit about how the weight and health kind of impacted your daily life and what it has meant for you to kind of reclaim your health.
So the smallest things, getting up from my desk at work to walk to the bathroom, trying to do activities. My child was in Cub Scouts, and I was the assistant Cub leader or the assistant pack leader the whole time that we were in Cub Scouts. So just the smallest things, trying to do little activities, going on hikes, I would have to stop, catch my breath. Also, with the hurt knee, that didn't really help out much either. Wasn't able to really exercise. Going to parks like Disney World or things like that, sitting in a ride and being so uncomfortable where you feel like you're penned in, going to sporting events, anything with stadium type seating where you don't fit in the seats, embarrassing situations where, on an airplane, that was my biggest thing. Having to buy 2 seats because I couldn't fit in one seat. Not that I took up both seats, but just because of the size that I had gotten, those kind of things. Just the smallest things that you really take for granted when I was the size that I was. I wasn't living life, and it was, almost just surviving. I don't know if that's even the right way to put it, but I was surviving, but not living life.
They're not thriving, certainly.
Right. Definitely not thriving inside, very not happy, but because, of course, I have a family and especially a 12-year-old, just putting on that happy face and that facade of everything is okay and trying to suppress all of the other stuff with jokes and trying to be funny just to hide the pain of everything else, I guess, that was going on because of the size that I had gotten. It wasn't very fun.
It sounds so hard and challenging. And I know that you probably tried other things prior to this program. You work for an amazing company that has offered a lot. So tell me, what are some things that Latrim has offered in the past? Did you take part in them, or what other diets and things had you tried prior to this program?
So prior to this program, I've done a couple of, the over-the-counter things, the Buying Ally. I tried that. I've gone to quick weight loss clinics that provide you with a pill, but as soon as you stop taking the pill, the weight just comes back on. Previously to this, I've been with Latrim for almost 24 years.
Wow.
And before we incorporated the gym here, I know it's been quite some time now, but before we had incorporated the gym and had all of the offerings that we have with the nurse practitioners, dentists, and everything else. We used to have a weekly Weight Watchers meeting. I've tried Weight Watchers before. It kind of helped in the beginning, but having to count food, ration out food, it didn't work for me. And I just knew that I needed a more permanent change. I needed to change my lifestyle, and I needed to hold myself more accountable. And was very excited when we heard that, as I had said earlier, that we were offering this program. And I really wanted to try to give it a go. I mean, I've used our gym, and that's helped before when I tried to do my own version of keto. But I think the whole time I was really missing that accountability piece, which is what I really needed, and to understand why I kept falling back, and to have people there to encourage me, people that were going through the same stuff as me and not having that private struggle, and people that I could talk to, I think has really been the turning point and why it's really been so successful.
That's awesome. Did you have any concerns when you first started, when you first heard about the program? Did you have any sense of what metabolic health was really?
Well, from the quote unquote reading keto stuff on the internet, I kind of understood that a little bit, but really going into it, I knew that I had nothing to lose and I had everything to gain, just because of the point that I had where I really was with lifestyle, eating, not being able to really do anything that I wanted to do and to be active and do fun things with my family. I knew that I had really nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I really went into it with an open mind and just really wanted to give it a try. I didn't know where else to turn or where else to go. And with the encouragement of one of our coworkers, Tammy McDonald. We're really good friends within the company and also on Facebook. And just watching her journey, it's like, I think I can do that. The worst is that it doesn't work. It's something else, not really knowing much about it. But I figured I had everything to gain by at least finding out the information and applying for the program and seeing kind of where it took me.
So you got into the program.
Yes.
And tell me about your first, couple weeks from when you first started. What did that look like for you?
So when I first started the program, it was very challenging for me because why not start right before Thanksgiving and the holidays, which is literally when I first started. So one of the first couple of appointments that I had with Tro, and I'm not sure if Alice and Amy, you were on the appointment as well, but Tro had given me an assignment. He wanted me to either go and buy a dessert. He wanted me to try to make a dessert that was keto and to try to have a keto meal. So I'm thinking to myself, my husband is very picky. My child is very picky. What in the hell am I going to cook for Thanksgiving that they're going to eat other than turkey and ham? So I ended up doing some homework and found a couple of recipes. And in my mind, I was thinking to myself, I can make it through Thanksgiving and the holidays. I've got this. At least I think I do until I go to Disney World in January. But for both Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, I ended up making things that were very healthy. Everything was keto, no breads, no anything like that. And I just really started doing my homework. And I think between that and the app, finding helpful ideas, finding recipes, seeing what other folks were posting in the Tro app really helped out and kind of paved the way for me to start thinking, what can I substitute if I'm craving this? Don't fall back. You can go to this. And just finding something to substitute that craving or that need, it's always been very helpful. And to today, we still kind of do that if there's that craving or that need.
I know you mentioned there was other coworkers that you had seen go through the program before you, and I'm sure some coworkers have seen your journey go through this. I was wondering, in that work setting, how do you guys kind of support one another?
So one good thing that we do have, Ochsner Hospital or Ochsner Medical Center, they do have a fresh cooler here on site. They have healthy foods in there to eat. So we do have a healthier workstation where we have nuts, cheeses, the fresh meals that Ochsner is preparing that we can have there. Going into the program, I just kind of really spoke with Tammy McDonald a lot, just, saying, what can I do here? What can I do there? Helpful pointers. And then once I think people started to see not only my progress, but there are a couple of us also in customer service that are on the program. We actually here at Interlocks, the division of the company that I work for, we use Microsoft Teams for a lot of internal communication. We actually started a keto Teams chat for folks who were just people who newly joined the program, just as an example. And I believe I shared this with Amy. We had a couple of girls in one of the groups who had just joined the program, and they were having a team dinner at an Italian restaurant. And they're like, oh my God, what am I going to eat? Pasta, 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 garlic bread, pasta, pasta. That's all they could think of. So I said, well, no, think of it this way. When you go, you can have the Alfredo. It's not bad. There's always going to be a grilled chicken option wherever you go. And instead of putting it over the pasta, you can see if they have green beans. You can see if they have broccoli. There's always something that you can substitute to have with that protein, with that sauce that's not too bad. So we kind of use that to go back and forth and share experiences and stuff like that. Or we'll go walk by each other's desks, or every now and again, I'll kind of walk around just to go visit them, just to see how they're doing, but also told them, my cubicle is an open door. They have my cell phones. If they have questions about they're somewhere, they don't need to panic. Call me. They can go onto the Tro app. Very helpful for eating out and different things like that. So we just kind of pass those helpful hints around to everyone just to make sure that everyone is succeeding.
You are like a one-woman ambassador. I love it. So you have really embodied the messages that we talk about. But when you first started, was it hard?
I think the hardest part for me is growing up. I am 25% Japanese. My dad's half Japanese, half German. Growing up, we had rice with every meal.
Mm-hmm.
We could have potatoes and roast, but we still had to have rice. It didn't matter what it was rice, rice, rice. So I've always been a really big bread, rice, pasta kind of a person. Not much on potatoes or anything starchy like that, but rice, pasta, bread, kill me now if you take it away. Because I had done sort of a keto journey before, I knew that I could do it. I think the hardest part for me was the fast food aspect of it. Not getting French fries, not getting a burger with a bun, anything like that. It wasn't necessarily hard. It was just trying to train myself to not want those foods and to substitute for something healthy whenever I could.
And how long did it take you to sort of get a little bit more acclimated to it?
I think probably between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think making the healthy decisions that we did for Thanksgiving and preparing that Thanksgiving meal, that just kind of paved the way when I saw how easy it was to make something that the boys would like. I knew that I'm not a very picky eater, so I knew that it would be fine for me. I had that mindset of being more worried about them than myself. As a mom, I guess
I
that's
was going to
just
say, you sound like a
it's
mom.
exactly. It's just, the way that I make sure everyone else is taken care of. I usually put everyone else before myself. I've also learned how to put myself before others now too. The program is helping me with that. But I think really right after Thanksgiving, seeing that there are options out there. I don't need to say, well, there's stuffing. I'll just make stuffing and don't worry about anything else. And I'll just have a little bite. I think Thanksgiving set the way for me. And then by the time Christmas rolled around, I knew that I was pretty much going to be able to stick with it without any issues.
So a lot of people
Awesome.
go into the holidays and they're like, you know what? I'll wait till January 1st. Enjoy the holidays and then I'll wait. But it sounds like because you started right before Thanksgiving, that really sets you up for success.
It did. That was really the one thing that I was worried about, but I knew that if I could come up with the dishes that everyone would like. And I even made it a point, at least for Thanksgiving, to have it a small, intimate setting with just my husband, my son, and myself to see how that worked. And then I knew that I could kind of branch it out for Christmas to say, let's go do this. I can bring a side dish, something that I know that I'll eat, that everyone else will eat. So that really led the way for Christmas. And then being able to go to a larger setting with more food that I knew that there would be a chance that I would want to eat, but it really didn't even phase me at that point. I had been a good 6 weeks in and it didn't even really bother me.
I know the
Yeah.
holidays are tough, but after the holidays, have you faced any kind of challenges, social situations that kind of was hard to navigate?
So the one thing that I was really, really worried about was middle of January. We took a trip to Disney World. So knowing what I would normally eat when I went to Disney World, and not that I would overeat, but just the bad food that's available everywhere. That was the one thing that I was really worried about. But going into it, Amy and I had spoke a little bit, and I also posted in the Tro app, does anyone have any helpful hints? I'm going to Disney, and the response was overwhelming. I did cheat a little bit when we were in Disney. I ate a French fry and it was gross. I was really shocked. I was like, ew, that's gross. I really don't want that. But going into it beforehand, when Amy and I had talked, having some beef jerky, having the Quest chips, having some nuts, stuff that I could snack on in between meals if I needed to, was very helpful with not wanting to get popcorn and not wanting to get this, because popcorn is my all-time go-to snack. And you buy the bucket at Disney World and you get free popcorn for infinity when you're walking around. But it didn't even really bother me. And I thought that the popcorn would kill me. Made it through that. And then I was really worried about, what to eat, where we went, and using the Tro app and just making really good decisions. I was able to eat without really breaking the diet plan. I think I gained a couple of pounds, but I didn't even beat myself up over it. I knew that I was on vacation. I knew that making it through the holidays, I'd be able to get right back on it. And I've really been trucking since then.
That's awesome. After you went to Disney, I started asking everybody that goes to Disney to use the hashtag Disney when they're in
Right.
the
And I
app.
had
So
done that
now
too.
everybody that goes, I just say, do the search for hashtag Disney on the Dr. Tro app, and a whole bunch of awesome suggestions come up, including pictures of you and your beautiful family there.
Yeah, wanted to make sure. I know we had also talked about that because we wanted to try to start something for Disney. Every time I ate, we went somewhere new that wasn't something that, okay, everybody knows you can go get a burger without the bun. You can eat it with a lettuce bun. But if it was something new that I found out that I could substitute somewhere, I definitely wanted to make sure that I posted it. And I think the one thing that also helped is knowing that you can ask for an exception on a meal instead of saying, oh, well, it comes turkey with a whole bucket of gravy. Because, here in New Orleans, we eat buckets of gravy with everything. But knowing that, you could say, well, can I just have the turkey breast without gravy on it? Can I have more green beans instead of stuffing? Just knowing now that, or training my brain to know that I can ask for those things has been very helpful.
Yeah, sometimes
Awesome.
people are so hesitant to ask for that stuff because they don't want to look weird. Or the truth is, I go out with people all the time, and everybody, one person is gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, vegetarian, or peanut allergies or other, nobody seems to have trouble advocating for themselves when it comes to
Right.
that stuff.
And it's
Wow.
so easy.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Melissa, tell us a little bit. You hinted a little bit about this earlier in the conversation, but tell us what the impact has been on your medical journey, your health journey, your weight journey. I want you to crow about some of your successes.
I'll bring Disney World back up again, even though I was very in the infancy stage of being in the program when we went to Disney. We usually go every year in January. We usually go the same week every year. Prior to joining the program, the last time we went to Disney, it was difficult to get on rides. Walking was a chore. My feet hurt from the weight that I was carrying around. I had to constantly stop and take breaks. I was really miserable, out of breath, profusely sweating. It just was so miserable. But this time when we went, even though I think I was only down maybe 20 pounds, that 20 pounds made a huge difference. I was able to walk without stopping. Every now and again, I did have to rest, but because of the injury to my ACL that I had in August of last year, my knee was just bothering me, but not really from carrying the extra weight. I was able to fit on rides without any issue. I wasn't panting. I had extra energy. It was amazing. I can go on walks now. I can do fun things. I can run after the dog. I can play around in the backyard with Glenn. The things that I have missed for so long and kind of dreaded because I knew that I was the big girl. Are people going to look at me when I'm in a bathing suit with shorts on in a pool when we go on vacation? Am I going to be able to fit in the seat on the airplane? Am I going to have all of these other issues? And really now, I don't even worry about those things anymore. I had mentioned that, before I wasn't living. Now I'm living. I'm doing everything that I can. I don't want to be a bump on a log. I don't want to be the person that sits in the background and doesn't want to do anything. I want to live life. I have a 12-year-old. I have a husband. I want to be there for them. I don't want them to have a boring life. I want to do everything that life has to offer now. And that's all really been possible with the program and the help that you guys provide.
That's awesome. And how has that impacted your work life?
Oh, so much. It's so much better. I'm not very stressed out. I'm sleeping better. I'm nicer to people. Sorry if I was mean, but it's really that when you're not happy, sometimes it projects outward on other people and it's not intentional. It's just because you're just sad and miserable, I guess is the only way that, I could explain that. And, I'm still the funny person. I still like to make jokes, but now it feels different because it's not me trying to be the funny person to kind of overshadow my weight or anything like that. I'm really having fun for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. How would you describe this program to somebody that doesn't really know much about it?
So I would explain this as an amazing opportunity to change your life. It is unbelievable. It's nothing that I've ever experienced before in my life. The support 24/7, whether it's in the app, whether it's picking up the phone and texting you guys on the weekend, whether it's reaching out to your coworkers that are on the program. I know several people who were in the program that thought about throwing in the towel. Like, why? There's no risk. There is a period of adjustment, and it's something that we all go through, but it's just such an amazing opportunity. And the company is offering this to us for a better reason. So we can be healthier, so we can enjoy life, so we can perform better at work. There's no risk at all. So it's just really amazing. I would definitely recommend it to anyone. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I am the biggest, laziest person ever when it comes to, oh, let's just pick up fast food. It's so much easier. And I changed my whole mindset. And really, if I can do it, I think anybody can do it.
If you could talk to a company right now and tell them, what you've been through and everything that we've discussed today, what would you say to them if they were considering bringing this program to their staff?
In the short time that I've been involved with the program, my pitch to a company that would be considering it would tell them, look at the numbers, look at how happier our employees are. Just for me personally, the amount of times that I've been sick have completely gone away since I've joined the program. It's making us healthier. We have the biometrics every year. That's something that we have to do. Not many companies do that, and I think a lot of people avoid that because they're afraid of the unknown. But I think that this is the best kind of a program that a company can introduce. Healthier employees are happier employees. To me, it seems like a no-brainer. I don't understand why everyone's not offering this program because it's just fantastic. It's life-changing. And I mean, happier employees, we're going to be more productive. We're going to be healthier. We're going to be more eager to come to work. I love coming to work to show off the new clothes that I have because I can't fit in the old ones that I have anymore. I like checking on everyone to see how they're doing in the program, if there's anything that I can help with. So I think that not only from the health standpoint, it's also helping with the morale around the office because everyone that I know is on the program is just happier. They're just thriving.
And it sounds like you guys have a really awesome community within the program, within the company, where you can, kind of foster those relationships a little bit more and get a little bit deeper as you specifically help them on their journey, just like Tammy helped you, which is awesome.
I think we're good. Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank
You are
you.
very welcome. Not a problem at all.
Really
I can't
appreciate it.
thank you guys enough. The amount of support that you have given me. The only thing that I know that I can't pay you back for it. The only thing that I can do is pay it forward. And I try to do that with every opportunity that I have. It's almost like these days, if anyone says, oh, I can't wear that monitor, it's a pain. Yes, you can. You can wear the monitor. It's a small sacrifice for a short period of time. Yes, you can find things to supplement bread, to supplement rice, pasta, anything bad, even sweets. There is always another way that you can go and to change your life. And for that, I'm forever grateful to all of you guys and to Tro and to Rosette for her yummy, yummy, yummy stuff that I can buy and bake. But seriously, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. My family and I appreciate you more than I think I could ever express to you.
If you're interested in bringing metabolic health to your work environment, to your company, please visit drtro.com or reach out to our practice.